Thank you for joining me on this call. I think we all are interested in weight loss tips, finding the right diets, keto diets or intermittent fasting or whatever that might be, low carb diets. How is it that we can lose weight fast? Those are kind of key question for us. How can we lose belly fat and so forth? That's a little bit unusual for a Forex CEO to start talking about. I mean, STARTRADER is a company that you probably recognize more because of all the awards that we won, various FX crypto technology awards, trading broker awards and so forth. But no, instead of talking about Forex in detail, let's talk about the finance of weight loss and everything that goes around it. Why is that relevant? Well, in the markets that STARTRADER serves, 5 billion out of 8 billion people who live on the planet today live in cities where we have offices. And the thing that we're going to see over the next 10 years is that we need to unbutton a little bit because we are all getting fatter. In all the rich countries, the obesity is going up. We're getting fatter, more need for weight loss. The calorie consumption per person is going up in all of these markets, and it's going to cause us problems. So the illnesses that come with obesity in 2035 will cost us approximately 3% of GDP. So a lot of money. There are approximately 1 billion obese people in the world now, according to the United Nations numbers. 650 million adults are obese right now. 340 million adolescents are obese right now. And 39 million children are obese right now. All these averages are moving in the wrong direction. So there's a 4% body mass index or BMI index increase during this decade, 4%. 4% doesn't look like a big number, 4%, it's a big number because the effects on our healthcare systems are enormous and on ourselves are enormous. So what's happening? What's going on in this area? I want to talk to you about the finance of weight loss. And there's no better place to start than by looking at what celebrities are using in order to keep slim. On this slide, you see 3 celebrities who have all gone public with taking weight loss drugs, pharmaceuticals. People are paying $100 billion per year now for weight loss drugs. If you look at the top 2 companies in weight loss drugs, Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, they've seen a 75% stock price increase in the last 12 months because of their weight loss drugs. Big business, and there are shortages of drugs. It's difficult to get these things. What these drugs do is 2 things. One is they suppress appetite, so we're less hungry. And the second thing is that our metabolism changes so that we use more energy in our day-to-day life. So even without changing our eating habits, these drugs help. But it's the combination of these 2 things. Now, the leading drugs are things that were designed to be diabetes drugs, but they turned out to be really good weight loss drugs. And they have other side effects as well. So 20% lower risk of cardiac problems with the GLP-1 drugs that are in the market right now. So quite powerful things. Let's look at one of them, the GLP-1 based drugs. So the GLP-1 based drugs, they have a $100 billion annual sales situation in the year 2030 alone. So glucagon-like peptide-1 receptor agonists is what these are. So these are hormones that are injectable to treat type 2 diabetes and obesity. They mimic the natural GLP-1 hormone, and they regulate the blood sugar levels and appetite. So by playing around with the blood sugar level, they can increase the amount of metabolism we had, and playing around with the appetite means that we are less hungry than we otherwise would be. The leading company in this area is Novo Nordisk from Denmark in Europe. Their product is an injection that you take once per week. There are other people who make GLP-1 products as well, so notably Huadong and Shanghai Benami. Their drugs are once per day that you inject these things with these injector pens. And the cost is about $500 per month. So we're paying $500 a month in order to reduce weight. And those prices are coming down. There are many other products in the GLP-1 space as well, but the leading players today are Novo Nordisk for GLP-1 style drugs. So let's look at Novo Nordisk for a moment. So what is this company? Well, it's a company where the market cap in Denmark for Novo Nordisk is $410 billion. Is that a big number? The market cap of Novo Nordisk alone is bigger than the GDP of Denmark. So one company has a market cap which is bigger than the GDP for the whole country. So yeah, Novo Nordisk is kind of big. Their semaglutide product was approved in 2021. They brand it in two different ways. It's the same product. So they call it Ozempic when they sell it for diabetes. They call it Wegovy when they sell it for weight loss. And people are using both products for weight loss because it doesn't really matter. The agonist of GLP-1 is still what the active aspect is. They achieve 15% body weight loss on average, 15% body weight loss on average, which for a lot of people is a fantastic number. And the pipeline of new weight loss drugs that are coming in development is really strong. The share price you can see on this image on the right. Today Novo Nordisk is unbelievably, it's Europe's most valuable company. It's more valuable than LVMH, the company that owns brands like Louis Vuitton, Moët Chandon, Dior, etc. So Novo Nordisk has come from nowhere and become massive. And they're looking to expand. So semaglutide, the active ingredient for weight loss, is something that they will probably get that also approved as an active ingredient to reduce cardiac arrests. So, yep, Novo Nordisk is a big thing. Another company which is betting everything on weight loss is Eli Lilly. Now, Eli Lilly had a big share price back in 1999, but some of their key patents expired in the year 2000, the year 1999, and they were hit by the generic manufacturers who took their business from them. Now, Eli Lilly is quickly turning into maybe a one-trick pony where tirzepatide is what everything is going to be around. The clinical results for that drug look like 26% weight loss on average. The brand that we're going to see in the marketplace is going to be Mounjaro. It's a dual agonist of GLP-1 and GIP receptors. And some of the products were approved in 2022, but the big one is coming soon, we hope. The pipeline of new weight loss drugs from Eli Lilly is very strong. 25 years ago, the lipid generic status was wiped out in value by the generics. But if they get the right patents in place for these new drugs, then Eli Lilly's share price valuation might even continue growing. Difficult to say. But this is big business. This is big net business. Now I mentioned Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, and there are more companies coming in this direction, but some of them are less quick. One company with a lot of potential is from China, Huahai Pharmaceutical. They used to be a pure generic manufacturer, but now they're bringing out their own new innovative drugs. A very strong pipeline of new weight loss drugs in development. Dual agonists of GLP-1 and GIP, cannabinoid products, and they're working very efficiently with the regulatory bodies. So they're working closely with the NMPA. They have a strong home market. NMPA is the National Medical Products Administration in China. And like everyone else, they're working with the NMPA, EMA, FDA, the CDSCO to get these new things approved. The reason I mention that is because working closely with these regulatory bodies enables you to launch new products with new patents. Whereas if you're a generic manufacturer, it's much easier for you to proceed. Huawei have become a true developer of new innovative drugs from previously only being a generic manufacturer. Another company that I would expect to do really well in this area is Sanofi. They have their products, lorcaserin, which is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. They've achieved 5% body weight loss on average. I still think that's a good product. It's and also their pipeline is strong. They have many things, lipase inhibitors of different types coming through. So, yep, I think they're going to be good. But like the pictures on here, people are looking at the time. Sanofi need to be quicker because the other guys are moving so fast. AstraZeneca, come on, it's a race, it's a race, it's a race. You have to get there. They have some really exciting drugs in development, dual agonists of GLP-1 and GIP receptors, 15% body weight loss on average achieved so far. Not yet fully approved, but their pipeline is awesome. So I think the share price will move with it. Sounds like it, but I might be wrong. Let's see. So AstraZeneca, I think, is going to be a big player. But it's not that easy because if you're too slow, then the thing that's going to happen is that companies like Cipla, they forget the research, they forget the development. They just go straight and make a copy. So generic manufacturers. So Cipla, big family-owned Indian business, affordable generics is what the company is all about. And they're already in production. They have a whole bunch of products in production already. They're just copying other people and they're doing really well. So here are some examples of some generics. They're doing really well, and they're not alone. They're not the only company doing this. Cipla is one, and Sun Pharmaceuticals, or Sun Pharma from India, is also doing really well. Same formula. Look at what works, make a copy, build lots of them, and sell them cheap. Affordable generics. So India as a whole is a market that's totally dominated by generic drugs. And you see it everywhere. You see it in the high street. You can see copies of all the popular brands that you would expect in India. That's what the market is like right now. It will change. So a lot of these companies are generic manufacturers right now, but they will be leading pharma companies in the future. They will have a lot of research and development in the future. But right now, these are generic manufacturers. And I emphasize that this is a race because we are going to be eating a lot of these weight loss drugs in the future. We're going to inject a lot. But not only inject, you also have companies like Hunan Yiling in China who are selling their weight loss natural products worldwide. If you go to Amazon.com in the United States, if you go to Amazon.co.uk in London, you'll find Pu'er, which is a fermented tea product, which they sell as a weight loss product. So the whole idea with Hunan Yiling is to combine traditional Chinese medicine with pharmaceuticals and use things like the Hrudia Gornoni plant from Africa in order to do weight loss. They promote it, we buy it. Hunan Yiling is making a lot of money selling these products. They don't need to go through type approvals because they haven't really shown that these have an effect. They just make the claim, and maybe they work, maybe they don't. I don't have an opinion. One comment I heard from one pharmaceutical executive, a good friend of mine, Michael Short from CultureWorks, Michael Short said that according to research that has not been done, this works. Okay, Michael, I like your sense of humor. So according to you, the evidence is not there, but it's big business. So Hunan Yiling is making a lot of money from this. So we are spending money on weight loss drugs. That's the big message. Maybe these new weight loss medicines have other uses as well. We don't know. Maybe they hit cravings. Maybe they can be used for smoking, for fast food, for gambling. Yet to be found out, but we will hear about it over the next couple of years. From a StarTrader perspective, where does this take us? Well, all of us as a group, we will increase our calorie intake per person over the next 10 years. We will become fatter. However, a lot of us are going to be injecting ourselves in order to reduce our fat, which is maybe a little bit crazy. So we allow ourselves to become fatter, then we inject ourselves. Does it make sense? I don't know. There is an alternative, and the alternative is to just be healthy and wealthy. And I think that's achievable. So, hey, you are the center of our universe. We offer you the power of choice. That's StarTrader's mission. We want you to be recognized as StarTrader, regardless of which asset you like to trade with. Like I said, you are the center of our universe. We have a global team for you to work with. We have people with offices probably in the city where you live, worldwide. Traders choose us because we provide something personalized. We give you a dedicated personal account manager to help you with getting set up so that you can do your trading, ultra tight spreads. The complexity of our product is huge. We have all the tools that you can imagine. So therefore, working closely with your dedicated account manager does make sense. That's just like a weight loss drug. Don't just randomly go for it. Think about it twice. Talk to people who know something about it. In our case, you'll find customized partner portals if that's what you do. We do partner sponsorships. We do all of those things. But altogether, let's stay healthy